Hello again, Gemini, and I hope all of you had a wonderful Valentine's Day. And before we begin your reading, I have two cards here for you, and I really like the message that's being pulled through here between the two. They work together beautifully. So, from Lay Vampire, you pulled discipline, training, consistency, and practice. Now, the blessing here is you have the ability to create a program of change and stick to it. And after a period of time, it will transform from painful to pleasurable. And then in working with this card, it is time for you to lay down a plan to create structure and stick to your commitments. You must clear doubt, and into its space, its absence creates pure action. Now, on top of that, you pulled renewal from Chakra Wisdom. And what I like about this one is that this is a new beginning for you. This is a new beginning for you to set some structure in your life and be able to stick to the commitments that you have set for yourself. So with renewal, it says you're being offered a chance to awaken to a new life. You may need to deepen your roots and anchor yourself by taking stock of what you would like to create. This is a time to start again and grow a strong foundation. And then the key ideas here are sourcing from a more beneficial place. And there may be this feeling of being in the dark, but there's going to be a change in your circumstances and some unexpected blessings here. But what I love about the two is that with the discipline, even though you may feel like you're starting something new in your life right now, and you may feel like you're in the dark a little bit, it's like you have this inner reserve to really stick to your commitments and to continue to work at the things that you're truly creating. And again, with renewal, it's having that sense of renewal and a new beginning for you right now. All right, Gemini, here's the energy coming through. Very nice. So with the Fool and renewal, I think it's perfect. The Fool is the clean soul, the newly reincarnated soul. And I love it. I love the idea behind this card and taking that leap of faith into life. When you speak about things like reincarnation, that's a pretty big leap to jump back into the meat suit and experience physical reality. But, again, it's like this new start for you, a new journey. And with discipline behind that, it's perfect. Perfect. Oh, wow. Heavy hitters already. So in the past, the Hangman coming through is like really big. To me, it's saying that whatever was going on in your life in the past, you're taking a moment now to really look at things differently, look at your experiences differently. And with the Hangman, it's like definitely that's something that you want to do before you take this leap of faith here, into this new beginning. Because again, he's the clean soul. I mean, you don't want to carry limiting thoughts and beliefs with you when you set out on the new journey ahead. And the Hangman, again, it's like being in a limbo, but you're setting your ego aside and you're really looking at your experiences and seeing them differently. Oh, nice. Very, very nice. So seeing that in the present, it's no wonder why there's this feeling of new beginnings going on, because there's another one, and this one's fantastic. In the Ace of Pentacles, and looking at that with discipline is even better. The Ace of Pentacles, again, that's good opportunities coming through for financial gain, but to me, it signals security in your life. I love it. I love what's happening here. Discipline and the Hangman, to me, with what's going on here, is perfect. And this sense of renewal. Oh, very nice. Future conditions. I love the Six of Pentacles because when I see this card, I feel this openness, this open feeling to, what you're experiencing and, what you're receiving from other people. Now, for me, the Six of Pentacles is about being open to giving and receiving. Truly, the message there is that regardless of whatever your status is, you have to be open to it both ways. So seeing that is fantastic. I like it because it's telling me that there's this openness with you right now when it comes to the new journey ahead and the opportunities that are coming through to you, and not clinging to limiting thoughts and beliefs. I love it. Oh, the best path to follow. Now, very rarely does this show up, but apparently there's still something going on that needs to be looked at here. When you talk about needing to see things differently, the Hangman in the Nine of Swords to me is like there's this need to look at, these feelings of regret and mental anguish differently. It needs to be dealt with. Because again, you can't take those limiting thoughts with you when you're heading on the new journey here, especially if you have this opportunity coming through to you. And again, there's this need to be open to having to deal with whatever mental crap is going on. Because again, with the Nine of Swords, it's mental anguish, despair, regret, sleepless nights, crying alone. It's the mental bullshit that we do to ourselves. It has to be dealt with, and it has to be seen differently. And, with discipline coming through, getting rid of those doubts. But it's something that has to be dealt with, or it will continue to manifest in your life. And it's almost like that leap would have been for nothing. It's like, man, I get this feeling of like, here you have these opportunities and this sense of renewal, but something is just like having you stuck in these mental thoughts right now. But clearly they need to be dealt with. Otherwise they wouldn't be showing up in your best path to follow. And again, it's like, man, I almost feel like there may have been opportunities before that you may have like messed up on. And there's like this feeling of regret, but here you're going again, and here there's some more opportunities coming through, but something needs to be dealt with, especially with the way that you're thinking mentally right now. Very nice. So in your environment, the Three of Pentacles, and again, it's the newness here. There's something new. And it's creating this financial gain in your life and seeing discipline, between the Hangman and the Nine of Swords, it's needed. It is needed right now. And sticking to your commitments and letting go of that self-doubt. Now, with the Three of Pentacles, it's just the beginning. But you're being recognized here for what it is that you do. And people are seeking you out for it. And you're doing the right thing. Whatever you're doing right now is working for you, for sure, especially when it comes to this right here. But, I worry, like, because, it's almost like a warning to you here. You don't want to jeopardize what you're doing. With the Hangman, it's saying, no, we need to see this differently. We need to get rid of what is limiting us before we start to take this action here. But, with the Three of Pentacles being in your environment, to me, it's saying you're going to do the right thing, regardless. But clearly here, I feel like there's this message coming through that there's something that needs to be dealt with on a mental level so that you can continue to make this progress here. Oh, your hopes and your fears. Yeah, the duality in these readings just blows me away. The Tower. You cannot fear change in your life, even if it's abrupt. Again, with renewal, it's like, man, something has to change here with your thoughts. Again, with the Tower, it's about getting rid of limiting thoughts and beliefs. That shit's got to come crashing down. It's got to come crashing down. But it's like you're fearing the change. It almost is like too much, which is understandable with the Tower. But, in looking at that with renewal, again, a better foundation, grow a strong foundation. What you have built on is false, but the beauty there is you get to rebuild something so much better. But you cannot fear the change that may be happening. Man, Gemini. Oh, and the outcome. I like this, even though to me it says that out of this you may be a little bit beat up. You're still willing to continue to fight for the things that you want in your life. Now, with the Nine of Wands, the problem there is that the person on guard may be missing the opportunities that are coming through, and it's like, again, that feeling is coming back up of, you were given an opportunity before, but I feel like, you may have messed it up. And that's the best way for me to put it. Like, maybe it just didn't work out, and discipline coming through now is saying that you need to stick to your commitments. But with that Nine of Wands, again, it's like you're willing to fight for what it is that you want. But you have to make sure that you're open to the opportunities that are coming through to you. Again, that openness, There's this feeling of being beat up, and it's understandable. Between renewal and the Tower, yeah, I mean, even renewal talks about, this may feel like an ending to you, but again, it's a new beginning. And with the Fool, absolutely, it's a new beginning. But, building a stronger foundation for yourself. And here you're like, yeah, I've been beat the hell up, but I'm ready to keep fighting for what I want. And discipline, absolutely. Get rid of that self-doubt. Don't do that to yourself anymore. Stick to your commitments and your intentions, because you have an opportunity here to start something brand new in your life that is going to bring security to you. But there are things that have to be dealt with. They need to be dealt with, especially on a mental level. Getting rid of limiting thoughts and beliefs, and there it is. You got to get rid of it. It's got to come crashing down. Because again, you don't want to jeopardize what you're doing here, because it's beautiful. It's just the beginning. It's new. It's very new, but it's worth it. Consider your foundation. Do I even need to say anything? You are being asked to look at how committed you are to love. So yeah, your foundation is so important right now in what you're trying to create in your life. And when it comes to love, focus on love, treasure your loved ones, and consider your foundation. You may have lost some people in your life, but with this new journey ahead, I feel like looking at this, you're building a new foundation for yourself here. But the ones that love you and the ones that care about you, make sure that they know that they're important to you, because they're the ones that will stick with you through all of this major change that's going on, and help you in the new things that you're creating in your life. What I'm noticing here this week is that, and you guys are no exception, there's a lot of like deep introspection into the things that are happening in your life. And then not only that, but the way that you're thinking about the things that you're trying to manifest. And with the Hangman coming through, and then looking at the Tower, and then looking at what you pulled with Whispers of Love, I feel like, some of you may have lost some people in your life. And I think that the big time message here is that you need to really appreciate the ones that are still with you through all of this, and consider your foundation. Yeah. Between the Tower, renewal, and that card alone, it's definitely this feeling of rebuilding something better, but really thinking about what it is that you're trying to rebuild here. But, again, with the Nine of Swords being the best path to follow. And with the Fool, again, the message here is that with the clean soul, it is the clean soul. You don't take this kind of shit with you when you're getting ready to go again. So really, you need to look at this. You need to look at those limiting thoughts and beliefs, because you do not want it to stop you. But what I love out of all of this is what you pulled out with. Now, normally to me, this gets me a little worried, thinking that, man, something happened here. They're beat up. Well, yeah, it's obvious, right? But the best part of this is the outcome to me is saying that you are willing to continue to fight for the things that you want to create in your life. The only warning here is that you need to stay open to the opportunities that are coming through to you. You don't want to block yourself off completely because, again, you're creating something new here. And I feel like what's going to happen is you're going to attract some different people into your life that are going to be a little bit more supporting when it comes to the new things that you're creating here. And, again, stick to your commitments. Don't give up because you're doing the right thing here. And you're definitely feeling this sense of renewal. I love it, and again, you're looking at your foundation and what you're trying to rebuild here. But then, on top of that, focus on love and treasure your loved ones. When you do that, you create that support in your life. And when you put love behind the things that you are trying to manifest, it makes it happen even faster. And I love it. And I feel like you're going to do the right thing here, but be careful with this feeling of being beat up when you're taking a look at why those things are still sitting there. Because clearly this is something that needs to be dealt with here before you make this leap of faith into these new opportunities that you are creating in your life.